Welcome back to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Today's topic is women for Parkinson's. So, ladies, is there a difference between men's and women's Parkinson's symptoms?
I'll take this one. Women continue to be underrepresented in the Parkinson community, particularly in research, despite potential differences in how they experience the disease compared to men. And while researchers have not identified specific symptoms yet that are unique to women, studies show that women with Parkinson's often face greater challenges in receiving an accurate diagnosis to start with. They tend to report different symptoms, such as experiencing more side effects and fluctuations in symptoms throughout the day. They're also more likely to downplay their symptoms, receive lower quality health care than men, and are less likely to seek specialized care from neurologists or movement disorder specialists. So this disparity highlights the need for more gender-focused research and advocacy to improve care for women living with Parkinson's. The other thing is that we know most medications are tested on male rodents, not female. So how can you tell if a medication is going to work for a woman if it's not tested on a female mouse? So that is all part of the research that we are working to raise the awareness of.
So, can you help me here? Once you've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, what are the next steps?
So, receiving a diagnosis of Parkinson's can come sometimes after months, even years of searching for answers to explain things that are happening or symptoms that you're experiencing. Some people feel an initial sense of relief to finally have a diagnosis and answer to what they've been experiencing, but often it can raise more questions than answers. So, a good first step after receiving a diagnosis is to reach out to organizations like Parkinson Canada. Our team is available to provide information, answer questions, connect you with local services, support groups, and just help people navigate the next steps in their Parkinson's journey.
So, I've heard the term Parkinsonism. What's the
Mhm.
difference between Parkinsonisms and Parkinson's?
So, Parkinsonism is a term that's used to describe a set of symptoms associated with several different conditions, including Parkinson's. So, some of these symptoms include slowness, stiffness, tremor, and problems with walking and balance. But some of the other conditions that these Parkinson's symptoms are attributed to is Lewy body dementia, multiple system atrophy. You've probably heard of PSP or cortical basal degeneration, but the underlying causes for Parkinson's and the related conditions are a little unknown right now. And that's what the research is really working to try and identify so that we can help develop more targeted therapies, improve patient outcomes, and really enhance the quality of life for people affected by Parkinson's.
So I know that when somebody has cancer, it's, stage 1 to 4, but it's different with Parkinson's. How long does it take to go from stage 1 to stage 5 with Parkinson's?
So, yeah, it's tough to say exactly. A person's progression is definitely categorized into 5 stages based on motor symptoms and the person's ability to manage their daily activities. That's kind of how it's graded. So, every person's experience is unique. There's no set timeline for how the disease will advance. For some, progression happens really, really rapidly. For others, it could take decades. In general, though, Parkinson's begins with more mild symptoms that allow individuals to continue their routine without assistance. But then over time, symptoms may worsen, eventually leading to what we call advanced Parkinson's, where debilitating symptoms make it really hard to live without significant care and support.
So, what stage of Parkinson's does dementia start? Because they're interconnected, are they not?
They can be. So, not everyone with Parkinson's will develop dementia. There is no specific stage at which it occurs, but it can affect some individuals as the disease progresses. It often appears after several years of already experiencing motor symptoms. So, it's important to just stay informed and work closely with your healthcare team to monitor any cognitive changes that you're experiencing and address them as early as possible.
So, there's a lot to take in here. What's the hardest part of having Parkinson's? And we've got 30 seconds before we go to commercial break.
I think it would vary depending on who you ask, as each individual's experience is really unique. Some find the motor symptoms most challenging, while others really struggle with the non-motor symptoms or their impact on mental health. No single answer, as it's really deeply personal, but there's lots of supports out there, for any of these symptoms, depending on what you're most challenged with.
So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about women for Parkinson's and just dig a little bit deeper. So please don't go away. We'll be right back.